G'day guys, it's Fraser here from the Gray-Niccols Cricket Centre. Now what I'm here to talk about today is the bat preparation and looking after your bat. Now, first off, when you buy a bat, there's something very important you need to do called knocking in. It's a knocking in process. Now, some bats do come with extra tech already. That basically means they've been pressed. Other bats, such as Gun & More, already come pre-pressed. If not, we can press your bat here. Beauty of pressing is that it compresses the fibres in the bat and actually helps get your knocking in kick-started, so it takes a few hours off. Now what that actually covers is basically just the face. It won't do your edges, it won't do your toe, just due to the shape of our machine and the shape of the bats these days as well. Now, we'll take this bat for example. We'll say this one's already been pressed, it's ready to go, you just need to knock it in. Now what we do recommend is usually a light coat of oil, but definitely stuff called Extra Tech. Now what Extra Tech is, it comes on some bats already, as I said. That covers, it's a protective film. It's a protective film for your bat. So it covers your whole hitting area, really. It covers your face, your edges and your toe, which are your main sections where your ball's going to come off. Now, that's very good stuff. It's a clear, thin, self-adhesive sheet. Very good for helping surface cracks and basically just makes your bat last longer. 95% of our customers these days have it. It's just a lot easier to whack on there than oiling, and it helps look after your bat a lot better. Now, in terms of oiling, when you buy one as well, we do recommend a little bit of oil, maybe a light coat, just before you get the tech on there, or afterwards. If you've already got tech on, just do any exposed timber. So there you'd be doing the shoulders, you want to avoid the stickers, and if it doesn't have a toe guard on it already, definitely a bit of oil down the toe as well, and just on the spine there on the exposed timber too. Now, we'll move to knocking in. Now there's a few different tools that you can use for knocking in. A couple of different mallets. So we've got a ball mallet, and basically a standard mallet and a deluxe mallet. So these two are very, very similar. This one's a little bit more pricey. It's got a bit more surface area, a bit more heavy duty. It'll help get the job done a lot faster. Now what we want to do with knocking in, depending on what sort of bat you've got, you sort of start at a base with English willow for about 4 hours. So an hour each area. If your bat's softer, it's a player's bat for example, you want to be looking at closer to 8 hours, so double that work. So for something like this, about 4 hours worth of work, so an hour each area. So what we'll do, an hour on your face, which is basically from your badge down to about 10 centimetres off your toe. That's just simply getting up and down, side to side, making sure you cover that whole area evenly. So an hour there. An hour on your toe, which is exactly the same as your face, just focusing on your bottom 10, 15 centimetres, just like that. And then your edges are a little bit tricky. You actually want to be glancing off the side, so not actually hitting in like that or that, but glancing off. And what that'll do, it'll give you a really nice round effect to the bat. The rounder you can get your edges, the better, the stronger it'll be. Sometimes you'll get cracks in it when you're doing that. Don't worry too much about that. You just want to get them as round as you possibly can. That way they're going to be tougher. Now, we do know some people that like to use one of these mallets as well at the end. The beauty of this is, it's got a seam. So when you're knocking it in, you're not going to be using the seam. You want to keep it on the flat. But when you think you're finished, you can turn it around, give it a whack with the seam. You probably can't see from there, but that's got a seam mark in it. It means it's not ready. So we can't use that in a game situation just yet. So basically, when you think you finished your knocking in, take it down to the nets, a couple of light throwdowns with an old ball, slowly build yourself up. If you're seeing any dents or seam marks, then your bat's not ready. So it's basically the same as the knocking in process, starting off soft, and by the end of it, you really want to be giving it a good whack. Now, for bats that come with a toe guard, obviously you don't need to worry about a toe guard on. There are two products on the market that we have here. One's a toe guard, which you can simply paste on the bottom of your bat. The other one, which we usually recommend, is shoe goo. This stuff is great for bats that have already been used. It sticks a lot better. Generally lasts a lot longer as well. So that's a really good product that we recommend having on your toe. So by the end of it, what we recommend is having your bat fully knocked in, obviously, a couple of net sessions. Make sure you get Extra Tech on there. Make sure you get your toe guard on there, and you should be ready to go.